Hello and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. Today we've got some interesting plans and they involve these guys, villagers. So something that I didn't make last time but I kind of wish I had was an iron farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the interesting thing is there's a lot of different ways to make them. So the other day I was watching a Impulse SV stream and he was doing his hardcore world. He was discussing his iron farm and the various mechanics that he was learning about while making it. One of those was how to summon an iron golem. Now, of course, the general method is you scare them to death with a zombie. But two problems with that. One, I have mega torches everywhere. I don't get zombies. Two is that requires having a zombie in my base. Now, granted, I actually do want a zombie, actually literally right here. That is for zombifying these guys to get cheap trades. But I want to try a new method. One thing that he had discovered is that they will also summon a iron golem if you pelt them with a snowball. Now I'm not gonna do that right now because if I do that, it'll make him mad and he'll tell everyone else, and then I'll have really bad trade prices. But immediately when he said that, the entire chat, our next question was, well, what about a dispenser? Now the interesting thing with dispensers is they are not the player. They are Minecraft. Like literally the fake player is called Minecraft. If I kill myself there, my head will say killed by Minecraft. Yeah, so he's like, well, I don't think that'll work, but we can try it. And it turns out, yes, you can in fact pelt them with a snowball. So we're going to try that. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. So talking to Zacharias, he said that one thing he had done with his iron golem farm last time was he had it in the middle of a 21 by 21 area. So I happen to have these blocks on me, and I happen to have exactly 21 of them, so it worked out perfectly. So let's just kind of map out a quick 21 by 21 area. So about that big, and then in the middle of that is where I'd have my villagers. I think that will work, and I think that's a decent use for right here, so then I have my villager trading and my iron golem farm right next to each other. So let's kind of play around with this. To start off, I'm just going to dig a hole in the middle here, and we're just going to do it with this. So I should have actually mapped this out properly. I want the middle of it. That one, please. Break, 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 break. And we're probably getting close. Is this the middle? Roughly? Probably. Good enough. We'll actually clean this up and have it not just a hole in the ground later on. But for right now, I'm just going to dig out a small area here that I can shove a bunch of villagers. One of the mechanics of an iron golem farm is you do actually need the villagers to sleep. So I made a decent number of beds here. I only actually need 3 villagers in here, but in the meantime I'm also going to be using this as my kind of breeder for these guys. Pick you up, thank you. Can I fly with that? Perfect. And let's just plop you there. Perfect. Okay, and then one more. Hello there. Thank you. And let's come over here. So you're gonna sleep? Cool, that's fine. I actually need to sleep as well. Let's see, I wonder though, if I were to just kind of playing around here, let's take a dispenser. Put you right there, put you in there, grab ourselves a button, and pelt ourselves a villager. Missed. Okay, so first problem. When they are laying in bed, which they do need to lay in bed in order for this whole thing to actually work, we need to have, let's grab some dirt, we need to have our dispensers above them so we can actually hit them. So right there will work. Snowballs in, and I don't think this is going to give me a golem, just out of, there's only 2 of them here, and I'm pretty sure I need 3. But it works. Somewhat. I mean, it wakes them up at least. So that's good. So our next bit of science here is, does a kid work for summoning an iron golem? So if you guys go ahead and eat those carrots, you've got plenty of beds there. Yes, share your carrots, please. Not with me. Carrots, stay there. And let's go ahead and take off our magnet ring while we're doing this. Okay, Make a baby. Alright, so we now have 3. We have a villager, well, villager baby at least. And like I said, I am curious whether or not this is actually going to work. If I can have a baby give us an iron golem. So let's float up here a little bit. We actually need to break you down into snowballs. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably good enough. Let's remove extract from here. Oh, didn't have it on there anyway. Okay. And get ourselves some snowballs. Now, let's see if this works. So, snow goes in. And let's get ourselves a button. Of course, I don't have one. Stone. Apparently I had 3. Cool. Okay. With the baby villager, are you guys going to summon a golem now? Appears not. Well, rather than waiting for the kid to grow up, I'm just going to borrow Mr. Fletcher here. So let's pop you down here. I did find out that I actually was off by 1 in my counting. Well, I hadn't really counted, so that's probably why. Okay, we have a bunch of villagers down there. Cool. Let's go ahead, stick our dispenser back in this wall here. Dispenser. Stick some snowballs in it and give ourselves a button. Now let's try it this way. Okay. Can you give me a golem? Feeding carrots. Okay. Well, let me do some testing. Okay, so still no golem, but I think what the problem is that since I just brought this Fletcher over, he hasn't actually slept, well, ever. So first off, kids, I'm going to move you over here so I can get more of you. But we're going to wait until night to see if they will sleep. One thing we have is hammocks. And I don't actually know... Must hang the hammock on a pair of rope and nail. Okay, how do I do that? Comfort's mod. Let's take a look at that. At comfort. Okay, rope and nail. You are just rope and metal. We can get that. So in theory, this will let us just kind of skip the night. In theory. We'll skip 2 night, I should say. I can't remember if I need to have it like this. Rope and nail. Rope and nail. There's not enough space to fit the hammock. We're learning on camera. Okay, too much junk in my inventory. Okay. Cool. In theory, this should now make it night. Cool. Okay, so sun setting. Perfect. Alright, everyone is happily sleeping. Let's fix that. Everyone's been hit by a snowball. Everyone has slept. Ooh. Hello there. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. Let's try this again. Pelt all you guys again with snow. And you golem. I think it's about 30 seconds that they need to wait to be able to summon another one. I'm not entirely sure. I want to figure out how I can just stick a timer on this. So we had a minor issue at night, which was, despite our numbers here, we still somehow managed to get a zombie raid, which is really annoying. So regular zombies can't spawn really anywhere around here. We've got mega torches. I've got mega torch like right inside there, so this whole area spawn proof. Testing over here for Zachris didn't work, but yeah. So that's the thing. I should have actually, had I thought about it, I would have captured a zombie. But they did manage to zombify a couple of our villagers up here, namely the 2 babies that we just dropped off. The good news is all these sparklies around here are from a ritual. You can see up in the corner there, Tablet of Restoration. Basically, it's just an instant turn them back into regular zombies thing, or regular villagers. It only uses source if it is healing you or if it is curing villagers. So my plan originally was to just have that in here anyway. Have a zombie, put him around here, just pick up the zombie villagers, plop them in here, turn them into a zombie, they get turned back into a regular villager, bring them over here, and now they're indebted to me. So that was the plan anyway, but just kind of got rushed along a little bit due to that zombie raid. So let's get back to our testing over here. Now, I think if I press this button, I probably won't get a iron golem from that, because I think I need to have all three of them be scared. And I think that dude on the end there is still not yet gotten hit. Nope, still hasn't. There we go. Now he turned red. There, golem. No golem. So one thing I want to try here is perhaps I need them all to be scared at the same time. And as you're seeing there, I was only really getting 2 of them to get hit by snowball at once. Perfect, thank you. Oh, that's the wrong direction. Break you. So my thought here is I want to see if I can, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put them in a different hole for now. I want to see if I can have them be separated by trapdoors. So now you're sleeping. Okay, perfect. Oh, come on. I want you placed right here. Can I not place it? I don't want it placed against that wall. I want it placed this direction. I'm pretty sure I can do that. We'll do that instead. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. I don't care about that placement, and we're going to place you right, not right there. Wait, how did? Okay. Not quite sure why he got hit. Oh, because I broke his bed, that's why. Okay, let's get our magnet back on here. So I can pick that up. Magnet, thank you. And you get your bed back. Where's your bed? Oh. Okay. Bed, what? Indeed. Where's your bed? Mine's not seeing it? I got my sleeping bag. Odd. Okay, so now it just suddenly showed up in my inventory. Fine then. You can have your bed back, go back to sleep. And let's place it there, and then there. I don't need that one. Break that. Open you. Break that. And let's get our dirt block back. Okay. So now, ideally, when you guys wake up, I'm going to put this back down to ensure that you guys are in the right spot. Okay. Do we get a golem? Not sure how you guys are sleeping in each other, but okay, whatever. Villagers will see you in the morning. Okay, so it looks like my idea there is not going to work. You guys should have woken up in a different spot. Something I could maybe do is have their wake up spot be separated. Let's try that. So if I break that block and that block, let's put these things down again. On there, on there, and then break this down. Difficult because the models on these are full size, unfortunately. Okay, so now you guys... No, you're still gonna get stuck. Yes, quite. Indeed. So luckily most of the annoyances of villagers can be solved by simply picking them up and moving them. So I'm going to move them to where I want them to be. Pick you up, please. Clicking. There we go. And you can sit over here for now. There we go. And let's put this dirt block back here. When they were down below there, they ended up falling down lower, and then they can move around anyway. Okay, next up, now that there is a spot there, Mr. Fletcher, please come with me. I said, please come with me. There we go. Okay, Fletcher, you can go here. Okay, and then last villager, you can come over here. Okay. That might work. And of course you moved. Okay, proof of concept test number 83. Have it over here so I can hit all of them that direction. Are you allowed to move? Oh, right, redstone. Either way, that didn't give me a golem. You know, I'm wanting to avoid having you scared by a zombie the rest of your life. Do you want a zombie or do you want snow? Apparently you want a zombie. Okay, well, just spamming the button eventually got me a golem. That didn't really work. Like, it sometimes works, but not reliably. Also, apparently I'm out of snow. Or it's lag. Okay, so it does seem to work. It just seems to work unreliably. Like I said, it seemed to work best actually when they're all sleeping here, because then they're all in a bed. And, excuse me, you need to actually be in separate beds here for this to work. Can you move that way? Move that way, please. Maybe it's you who it's the wrong one. Anyway, it seems to kind of work. Like, I just got one. It should have been 30 seconds by now. Wake up all three of them. No golem. Let's try it again. Okay, well, it only works off camera, apparently. You guys are not sleeping in the right bed. I think what the problem is that when I do this, like, yeah, they're all getting hit, but they don't always run. So the thing is, if I were to like punch one of these guys, then he would start running around and be afraid. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. So it's not quite reliable, and I'm not really sure what rhyme or reason it is for when they will get afraid versus when they won't. You'll still trade with me, you're still not raising prices, so you're still happy with me. You shouldn't be, but you're still happy with me. So why is there not no iron golem? So we might end up having to do this the old-fashioned way. Can you pick that up, please? No, you're not going to pick up your hat? Well, too bad. Let's see if I can find another zombie, ideally one that'll actually pick things up. Because you won't, and I'd like to have something on top of your head, just in case things break. So, you can go away. Let's see. Yep, I saw one on the map there for a moment, but he disappeared. So I'm going to look around. I see a zombie villager that actually might... Oh, there was a zombie here. Hello there. Would you like to hold this, please? No? Okay. Well, let's check out the zombie villager up here. We're probably going to lose our flight pretty soon here. I don't remember exactly how far it'll reach. But let's take a look here. Hello there. You were a librarian at one point, it seems. You gonna wear that? No? Okay, well, fine then. Can do the hard way. Let's walk back to base. Now the difficult thing here is I need to keep him away from this ritual, because otherwise it'll just turn back into a villager, and that will of course be a problem. So let's put a bit of a wall here. Doesn't need to be much because there's a top part there. But if you could come this way and just follow me. Come on. Slabs, grab those. And if you could be so kind as to walk right over here. That'll be helpful, thank you. Okay, now go in there. Okay, we're gonna do it the hard way again. Let's, you know, mister, it's for your own good, because you've got a friend here. Let's not fall in a hole. Ah, okay. And of course he killed the golem, the zombie as well. Cool. Okay, maybe I should do this without having holes all over the place here for me to fall into and get trapped, because that is not a good thing. So it doesn't need to be anything fancy, just gonna put some stone down. These are just to mark out kind of where the center of this area is anyway. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna redesign where all this looks, or how it all looks anyway. Let's go here and put something there and break this one. So now zombie comes along, I should be able to jump up here, and it should fall in. If not, then, you know, problems. But let's, I guess, go see if we can find another one. Okay, so here's an interesting question. I know that if a zombie picks up your items, that it will not despawn. But if it already spawns with items, I don't know. Also, what is hitting me? Oh, right leg. Thank you. Mr. Soul Gem here, you are going to be holding this for me because this was too much of a pain trying to get them to just walk over here. So instead, you're just going to go there. Perfect, thank you. And let's get a roof over your head. I wanted slab. Now, I will say, I think this is going to be kind of a temporary setup here. I'm not really happy with positioning of it or really much about it at all. So that's a thing. It is temporary, but it will at least be getting us something. And sort of just a proof of concept, because I haven't actually built one of these for a while. I was wanting to do the whole snow thing. I might try to do that again later, but I do also just actually need iron. So for now, this is what's going to happen. You guys here, we're going to patch this back up because that plan wasn't working. Close that, break that, and close that up. Okay, so let's break all this just to clean things up. And let's see, I don't need that anymore, or that. I want to get a flower pot. Apparently I don't have a flower pot. Cool. What about bricks? I have 7 bricks. Perfect. So a flower pot can go right here. That's in the wrong spot, isn't it? Yep. We'll see if it works. Break you. For now, I want to see whether or not this thing will work at all anyway. Their feet is there. So I think I actually need to have these slabs be here so they can't walk there. Break that. Now, if you guys happen to see a zombie anywhere, let me know. Do you see a zombie yet? No? What about... You're supposed to stay in there. Pick you up. Okay, break that. I said break that. Thank you. And let's just patch this up. Hello there, Mr. Golem. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. You stay over there. Okay. This works. It's not as cool as the snowball thing. I still want to try the snowball thing, but this works. Now, I should say one thing is I don't like where this is. You can go away, Mr. Golem. I don't really like it right here. And a big part of that is I need to actually do something with the golems. Come on, right click. There we go. So a couple ideas on what I could do with that. I could take this arcane brick, I can make this whole thing a giant portal so that golems appear and they just kind of teleport right here and immediately teleport somewhere else. Basically just out of range of these villagers so that the 30-second timer immediately restarts. Because these guys will just happily sit like that, running around in circles forever, spawning golems every 30 seconds if I can, maybe 35 seconds. So that's a thing. I would like to be able to get them to go as fast as possible. So moving the golems away immediately is kind of ideal. Hello there. Nope, nope. And obviously having the golems not able to reach in here would be good as well. And I think a good name for you is Scarecrow. Cool. Now, Golem, I think you can't reach anymore because I blocked that off. I'm actually surprised that you're still spawning, to be honest. Maybe when they lay down to sleep, they can see. Okay, so when they lay down, they can still see them, so that's fine. I'll deal with an actual setup for that later. Let's pick up our anvil. Mr. Golem, can you do me a favor and just kind of hang out over here for a little bit? Thank you. How do I want to do this? A very quick aside here. I was just handed this. This is an annotated codex by Chaos Creator. I've been holding off on doing this for a while, but I think I'm finally going to do it. There. We learned everything. All the glyphs. Now, the reason why I did that, I was kind of avoiding before, because I wanted to actually go through the actual unlock process of that, and I think I've got it kind of figured out and down. I mean, I've got the, there's a little structure up here. Let me fly, please. Thank you. Basically, it's just throw items into the scribing table, and it just works. So I've got this imbuement chamber here, which I've been using to make the various essences, which I occasionally need. Don't need a whole lot of them at the moment, but it's just kind of repeat that process for each different glyph. So it's fun to do for a little bit, but for now, I actually want to get started on real automation type things and being able to use those glyphs instead of the early game process of unlocking them. It's still worth noting that I only have a tier 2 book here, so I can't actually use things like lightning, linger, or what I'm really looking forward to, which is blink. So I'll still need to get an upgraded book for that, but no more unlocking things. I'll just be able to actually, use spell turrets and runes and all that stuff how I want. So, thank you. Well, unfortunately, my last clips didn't have any audio in them, so we're going to try to record it. We have ourselves an iron farm, and as you can see right here, it's very sparkly. Right now, I'm currently killing them with a rune that is casting Firework, obviously. And it's actually because runes have the whole thing where they only cost 1% of a mana jar anyway, source jar rather. Basically, I can just amplify this all I want, and it's going to cost the same. So, yeah, that works. One thing of caution is that since this is a rune, he doesn't like that. And specifically, he doesn't like me. If I walk a little closer here, he'll probably kill me about 2 shots. I don't even know how many deaths. I've got a lot of deaths around here because the iron golems keep getting me. But, whatever, progress. So yes, this is currently working. We have an iron backpack here with a magna upgrade, and as you can see, it is working pretty well. And because the rune counts as a player hurting him, which is of course why he doesn't like me doing that, it actually gives me iron golem heads as well, so I've got a source of those too now. That said, while this is completely functional and completely effectively done at this point, I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want this to be just them showing up here and getting blown up. I want to do a little bit more to them. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have them, instead of teleporting down there, I'm going to have them teleport underneath the villager trading hall area here. Mostly because I want to actively prevent these guys from summoning golems because they have a new little wandering trader here. So since he is here, I don't want them summoning golems up top here and hurting him potentially. And so instead, if a golem goes near them, they will see, oh, it's okay, there's already a golem here. I don't need to summon a new one to get rid of our wandering trader friend. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to route them underneath here, and have the actual killing be done by something with some fortune on it, because it turns out that that does actually give us more drops, at least in this pack for whatever reason. So, not really sure exactly how I want to do that though. And on a side note here, we've got Zachris nearby, and apologize for the frame rate there because the fireworks, of course, are not exactly the best for that. We've got Zachris here, who is helping us set up our warps station. So he actually built the whole warps hub back at spawn. We can go visit that in a little bit here. And currently, we've got our prism set up so that it'll just teleport you here. Or rather, it'll teleport you to the gold block right here, and this will be where you'll step in order to actually get teleported. We don't have anything in here yet. These are just kind of the preset books. I went with the, was it the chiseled brick that I'm using everywhere, the polished calcite brick, just because it's kind of the main thing I'm using this base. But I do need to actually set up the main little teleport system here for you drop your items in, and it'll get blinked back to the hub. So I'm going to work with Zachris on that and get this whole thing set up so we can have some transit in our base. And for those who are wondering how much a firework with 8 amplifies hurts, yeah, let me show you. Yeah, nearly kills me. And mind you, I'm wearing decent armor here. I think this is kind of between iron and diamond maybe. It's not enchanted of course yet, but yeah, it hits hard. So iron golems have a ton of health. Let's heal ourselves up there. Meanwhile, we are working on the warps station here. I think Zachris is having some technical difficulties back at spawn there. The item that we're tossing in for some reason is ending up on a corner of a block. And to look at this here, it says, it's frustrating this problem didn't crop up until your station. So, sorry Zachris. I don't know what you did wrong. But, I mean, you built the same way, so I'm not exactly sure what happened here, because it's built the same as the rest of them, so it should basically just work. So last time we did go with trying to just use Ars Nouveau for things. In this case, we know that we can do that. We know it's possible now. And so instead we're just doing it with an ender chest, a sorting hopper, which is a faster version of a hopper. This goes down into a item shifter, which basically just throws it into the world and into the portal itself. So let's fly up here. We do have a flight ritual covering the entire base here, so don't need to worry about that. We can just fly whenever. Yeah, but pretty simple. The ender chest, of course, greatly simplifies it. We don't have to send items back and forth anymore. We can just hit Q, send it into here, and once it goes back to the main hub back at spawn, it'll just automatically go back into the ender chest. So yeah, don't need to really do much there. Oh, and here's Zachris. Yeah, other stations work fine. Not really sure what's going on here. Sorry, complete tangent. Potion effects on me, I will figure out how to get rid of that. I think the same, what is it, resource pack? I think the same resource pack works, but yeah, so we'll do that later. But for now, we're going to work with Zachris. I'm trying to fix this a little bit more. Not really sure what's up with it. So I've built up kind of the area that I'm wanting here. So let's try some experiments here. I do have the connecting glass panes up here as opposed to the regular glass panes. Just wanted to be able to see a little bit better. I'll probably replace the bottom there as well. But let's see how this goes. Now last time I did this, he saw me. And as I mentioned before, since this is considered player damage, he was not quite too happy. Had to build this up higher right now because he was able to climb out. So let's see if this works. Frame rate drops, which is probably not a great thing, but generally I won't actually be looking down here. Okay, so that does kill him, but unfortunately it kills him a little too fast. I do want to drop this one here so that it's down to just a single shot, ideally with a single harm to kill it for this last one, so that the rest of the glyphs on here can be fortune. So ideally I want to kill it with max fortune that I can, and since runes are a single flat cost of 1% of jar each cast, yeah, I think that's gonna work. So let me tweak these runes a little bit. Okay, so I removed the glass in the front here so we can hopefully see what's going on a little bit better, and let's see what happens. Because I want to be able to see how much health he has. Ideally without killing us. 63, and of course killed me. Cool. Yeah, my most common death right now is either iron golems or fireworks. So, okay, he was down to 63 from that first shot, so let me do a little bit of math. Alright, so in theory, with the number of amplifiers I put on these, it should leave him with 1 health left at the end there. And I almost forgot that my death there took out the water, so let's put that back. Heal ourselves up. Let's see, you need to be touch, create water. There we go. And put you right there. Okay. Now, let's not get too close because that will just kill us. So, you go over there. I'm just going to follow behind you. Probably not looking at you. Get hit by that last one. And you should now just sit at the end there with ideally 1 health left. 1 health. Perfect. So that is 7 amplify 2s. So in theory it should be hitting for 14 stars each, plus the 7 damage, which is actually a little over 33. But since it's an indirect hit, it seems that that just works. So now we can take him out with just a, let's do projectile, and harm is that one, and a whole bunch of fortune. And I just, okay, there we go. And let's see how much iron we can get from him. 7, not too bad. So now we just apply that onto the rune here. I did drop one of the fortunes in order to get an item pickup on there, but probably fine only getting a fortune 7 on it there instead of fortune 8. And with that, let's patch up this. Don't need to see you anymore. Now I need to redirect the golems to go over here instead of in their little box. And that's easy enough to do. Just bind another warp scroll. We will go over here and let's drop a source jar nearby. Plop you right there, break you out, and then of course just place you back in. So grab you, place you, got our jar, and we should just be able to toss it over. Perfect. Cool. And now if we turn you on, just hook some levers up to have some blocks in front of our golem there, or zombie rather. Aha. Okay, so you are not in the right spot. And of course I didn't replace the dirt. That's easy enough. We're just going to make sure we have quick access to water. Clear, touch, water. So we will break you. Place the water. Place the water. Can you know, we're just, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, you go over there. Close that before you see us. And we've got an iron farm. Perfect. So I've just come home from work and I had a realization of what I'm doing wrong here. Well, not really doing wrong. It works, but not as well as I'd like it to. And what that is I really like the Firework spell. It's a cool spell to use, but this isn't the good use for it. In fact, what I would rather do here, let's grab this one here, Touch Firework. So this spell, Touch Firework Amplify 2 times 7. It does 33 damage when he touches the rune. It should, by all accounts, be doing 35 damage, but because it hits the rune, basically he's got a big, they're what, a 2x2 hitbox area. So he hits the rune, and it's an indirect hit with the Firework. So since it's a splash damage, the further from the center you are, the less damage it does. Which is fine, that's fine, but it also kills my frame rate, which is kind of a problem. So instead what I'm going to do is let's go to our, it doesn't really matter which of these I use, we'll just use this one. We instead are going to use a touch and just a harm with, of course, Amplify 2. So if I have 7 or 8 Amplify 2s here, that is, it should, and keyword there is should, of course, it should work, nope, shift right click. That should still do 33 hits of damage. Now it does less, because like I said, the Firework should be doing 35, but because harm doesn't really have a splash effect, it should always be a direct hit, and it should be doing 33. So let's try it out. They'll still not be happy with me, and I had to do one little tweak here. Because the warp rune, or the warp scroll rather, causes them to appear at the corner of a block, specifically that corner right there, I needed to have the water flow this way a little bit to pull him out of the corner. So it wasn't working before, but it should be working now. So you are our first test subject with the new setup. So it should still be doing the same amount. And right now, of course, I can walk around here. No frame rate. Ah, there we go. So that is hitting too hard. Okay, so let's tweak this a little bit. Let's drop and amplify. So put you back on here. Right click and set you up again. So go boop. And right here. And right here. Now in theory, he should still be arriving here basically just in a single shot. So we'll find out shortly. One thing I did do off camera real quick was I did stick a lever over here. So now it'll just be pulling it back. I had a couple blocks in front of the zombie there. So if I pull you, it pretty much instantly has an iron golem who's over here. Perfect. So let's catch up and let's see what's going on. Now one thing is I do need him to not get stuck on those. Perfect. And there we go. So now I can do that and it doesn't hurt my frame rate. And we have, this one is direct from that as well. So no soul gem, it just works. And he can't see me. Because one thing is I don't want the rune to recharge underneath him there. Because if he gets hit twice, then he's just going to die early. If he does die early, however, it's not really a big deal. We just lose out on the fortune. Because the items are still going to get caught in the water stream here probably. They might not if it's on that one. That's fine. Like if it's in between these. But if an item falls over here, by the way that the runes work, and I can demonstrate here in a moment, is it will work on items as well. So it just picks up the item. Wastes a little bit of mana or source, but that's okay. And I think that's been pretty successful. We've got ourselves an iron farm. I wasn't quite able to get the snow golem thing to work out properly. I was hoping to be able to do it all with snowballs and not have to do the zombie scarer. But, you know what? I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. So, I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.